Hello and welcome back to Some Climbing News. Today's show, we have a ton of interesting stuff for you. Janja Garnbret launching a new collab with longtime sponsor Camp. Magnus Midtbo being absolutely humbled by someone probably for the first time in his life. Colin Duffy with a pretty good looking tick list from Joe's Valley. Another Touchstone Routesetters strike update and much more. So of course, sit back, relax. Please don't forget to leave a like. Subscribe if you're enjoying these bi-weekly updates. Let's dive into all this. Starting us off today with Jules Marchaland, who we sent 9A plus second go. Specifically, Jules sent the Seb1 FA Beyond. Now this route was originally graded hard 9A, which is 514D, before a hold broke and the climb was upgraded to 9A plus / 515A by subsequent repeaters. Now apparently, Jules was both half expecting and not expecting to do this, as he had already figured out all the moves on his first go, and he knew he could do this thing relatively quickly. And I mean, relatively is a word I choose. Yeah, second go 9A plus isn't exactly common yet. But yeah, Jules said the last 10 meters were absolutely soaking wet, which means pretty big mental battle for him since he was already past the crux and probably excited, freaking out, nervous as hell about screwing things up, scared shitless about falling, you know, all that good stuff. And yeah, there you go. Congratulations to Jules on his super fast send of Beyond, which he has said is probably soft for the grade, something which he doesn't really care about. And honestly, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'd be stoked too. I wouldn't really care if someone else said it was soft. And of course, links in the description to all of Jules' social media stuff, as always. Next, I guess today's a 9A plus day, because Christian Leitner just sent his first of the grade. Now you might be wondering, why is some dude I've never heard of's first 9A plus significant? What is this, 2009? Well, let me tell you, it's significant because Christian Leitner is 16 years old. That's right, every single fucking one of you, including myself, just got showed up by a kid that can't even legally have a beer. He's actually Austrian, so he can. But he's 16. He doesn't even know what a hangover is. And he's climbed 9A plus already. Do I sound bitter? Yeah, that's because I am. Now the route Christian climbed is called Der Rote Baron. How is my German? All you Austrians and Germans out there. It's also an FA, which that might put a little bit of a damper on some people's thoughts on how legit the proposed grade actually is. He's a kid. He's proposing 9A plus. He's done 4 9As, and this particular route took him a year to do. Draw your own conclusions. Sounds pretty plausible to me. But hey, of course, I'd love to hear your thoughts, so throw some comments down there. Let's get the armchair grading started, eh? A little more as far as I can tell. Christian's plans are to focus on the 2025 IFSC International Lead Comps. Youth, of course, because the IFSC has rules I do not understand about age. Seriously, why can't a kid compete at the highest level? What are we, afraid to let comp kids reach their true final form? Freaking skateboarding has that one chick that went to the Olympics when she was 12. What's her face? Sky Brown. Yeah. Why can't strong kids do the hard stuff? I don't get it. Honestly, please comment down below if you have a reasonable answer for this, because I don't get it. You know, like let comp kids compete against Janja and beat her. It's what that's meant to happen. It's how the world works. But anyways, huge congrats to Christian. Future's looking super bright for him. Everything's in the description down below. And let's move on to Joe's Valley, where Mr. Colin Duffy spent his spring break. Dude published his tick list, which included Pegasus V15, Sound of Violence V14 / 15, Slasher V13, and so on. But more importantly, I want to just take a quick look at a unique choice here. The angler, not like the others. And no, that's not a typo. That climb is indeed V2 and not V12. Not only is this included in the list, but you might notice that he mentions he flashed Big in Poetry V11, but there's no parenthetical flash next to the angler. So, you know, what happened there, dude? You know, there's a lot of expectations that pros can do absolutely everything on their first go. No big deal. There's actually a pretty cool podcast where Emil Abrahamson talks about how the pros only ever really show the stuff they're good at and really let us see into the serious struggle buses. Link right there. Now, Colin, I have no idea if he did or didn't flash the angler, and honestly, if he didn't, that's not something that should be thought of as particularly embarrassing. That's not at all why I'm highlighting this. Rather, the opposite. it should serve, at least to you, as a sign that you can very much be the kind of person that is capable of climbing V15, who finds themselves shut down on weird techie V2 with crappy foot smears, and that's okay. But also, and maybe a little more likely, that Colin chose to highlight this thing because of how awesome it is. See, that's the thing. Pros are always highlighting the hardest stuff, but they very rarely talk about the easier lines that deserve to be acknowledged for their aesthetics too. So doing this, I mean, it shows something that I think is actually pretty freaking dope from Colin, which is just an appreciation for climbing's sake. And with all that said, fuck the stupid ass sandbag V2 slabs. I don't care what you say. I don't care how pretty they are. They're all trash and they should all be burned in a fire. Yes, I just contradicted myself. I don't care. Fuck all those things. They're stupid. I know how they work. They're impossible to do. I don't care how strong you are. Stupid Colin Duffy and his stupid strong ass. If he wasn't able to climb V15, there's no way he'd be able to do the angler. I haven't even tried the angler, but I'm sure of it. I'm willing to die on that hill. It's all like just stupid. Dude, fuck font. Like font climbs. This is ridiculous. This is the most impossible thing to do. I hate it. 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 Well, that was interesting. And then, let me get serious for a second. I want to give a quick update on the Touchstone Routesetters strike that occurred over the weekend. Now, if you don't know, Touchstone Workers United set up various picket lines so their setters could protest what they have deemed as unfair labor practices, specifically the fact that their workload has risen substantially without an equivalent rise in compensation. This weekend was a particularly important time for Touchstone as it coincided with the Touchstone Climbing Series, which is essentially an annual competition with beer, food, etc. that the company throws as a way to appreciate their members. I have a little bit more detail in another video. Link is right there if you want to check it out. Now, as of right now, all I can tell you is what the union put up on their Instagram page, which reads, quote, "The union has been able to confirm the next bargaining date for this coming Friday because of the setters' actions," which means the strike has at least kind of worked, and Touchstone upper management seems to be a little bit more willing to renegotiate contracts for their workers. Now, I've reached out to both the Touchstone Workers United and Touchstone gyms, waiting to get some of my questions answered from the union members who have been more than happy to talk to me. I'm also waiting on Touchstone gyms itself to give me any sort of response, which has yet to happen as of publishing this video. But of course, links to everything are in the description down below. I will keep everyone updated on this story, especially once Friday's negotiations are over. But more importantly, let's know your thoughts on the situation. I've heard Touchstone actually use scab workers to set their comp. So do you think the strike worked? Do you think Touchstone will actually be willing to renegotiate contracts despite what they're saying? I'd love to know, especially from anyone who's actually a Touchstone member or employee, part of the strike, or who was at the Touchstone Climbing Series. So definitely leave a comment down there if you can. And then, so I think Magnus Midtbo just found out how we feel whenever we watch him do anything. Magnus just posted a video with Canadian grip strength superstar Yves Gravelle. Now, if you don't know, Yves Gravelle is very likely the person with the highest grip strength to weight ratio on the friggin' planet. The guy is an absolute monster. Seriously, go watch the video. He absolutely destroys a world record lift. Doesn't even realize it. It's just another level of strength. I mean, even Magnus, who usually blows everyone away with what he can do, is over there looking completely human. Honestly, not even human. He looks like an average non-fit dude, and this is Magnus freaking Midtbo we're talking about. Dude's not exactly, weak. But look, as much as I spend my time hoping Magnus will do climbing content so I can use his name for views, I mean, just look at my most watched videos on this channel, like, duh. I do actually think this is a particularly cool video to talk about, not because of Magnus, but because as someone who loves climbing, I find Yves to be especially interesting because he's like the biggest evidence for the idea that putting absolutely all of your eggs in the grip strength basket of climbing is not necessarily the best way to get as good as you possibly can at climbing. See what Magnus says right here.
I mean, the thing is, you're so good, you're so strong in this stuff, you could make the argument that you're a terrible climber. Because you should climb like V20,
That's the case. I mean, is he joking? Yeah, but also at the same time, we all know climbing is primarily a skill-based sport. We also know that the ultimate objective of climbing technique is to remove weight from the fingers and transfer it to your body as efficiently as possible. And you can do that in various ways, be that tensing certain muscles, finding optimal positions, using flexibility, combinations of all that shit. I don't fucking know. So to see someone like Yves with that much strength, I mean, he's basically making Megos look like a bitch. Like, everyone's saying Magos is the strongest climber in the world. I mean, my guy, it's not even close. So there's Magos looking weak as hell next to Yves looking like an absolute monster on a hangboard, and yet one of them climbs significantly harder. There's clear lack of technique. And I know, climbing V15, the way Yves has, is no laughing matter. It's the third hardest grade that's been climbed so far, but that's my point. Drew Ruan has done more V16s than anyone on the planet. The dude says he can barely hang a 15mm edge with one arm on a good day. When I was starting out, I remember thinking the strongest people at the gym had no idea what they were talking about when they'd say that all the strength of the world wouldn't help me climb harder if I didn't know how to use it. I'd think, well, no shit. Of course you're saying that. You climb V11 plus, you can hang on to stuff I simply can't. Your fingers are a billion times stronger than mine. I know better than you. I'm climbing for a month. Stupid. So basically, it comes down to this. Do what you want to do, but it seems the evidence suggests that the people that find a happy medium between strength and technique are the ones who ultimately get the farthest and realize their truest potential. Though this is training for climbing, which is an area with so much debate, it's friggin' unreal. So, you know, honestly, I'd love to know your thoughts. Do you agree with me? Do you think I'm completely wrong? Let me know in the comments below. And also, another interesting thing about the video, Magnus mentions in it that he'd like to climb V15 before he's 40, which means dude's got 4 years to get his shit together. But even better, it's Magnus. He's the YouTube king, so odds are we might get some pretty cool insights into what his training looks like in the future. I, for one, would love to see that. See if he does it, see what boulder he chooses. Money's on maybe, I don't know, Dreamtime? But yeah, let me know in the comments if you think he'll be able to pull that off. Pretty sure he will. I mean, he was strong enough to send 9B, so I personally think an 8C boulder is definitely within his range, but yeah, never know. And finally, I can't believe I left this one for last, but Janja fucking Garnbret has just dropped merch. This is the biggest thing to happen to merch since Jake Paul did it every day. Did I seriously just reference Jake Paul? The fuck? Jesus Christ, what is YouTube doing to me? God damn it. Okay, good lord. But look, this whole thing has made this clip of Honnold talking about her during the 2024 Olympics aged like the milk you left in the sun on the kitchen counter on a hot summer's day. Badly.
So yeah, no, there's literally no like press machine behind her. I mean, she's not doing anything, but people just love her because she dominates.
I didn't even know she had a logo. I mean, I get it, but it's not great. I like the stars and the font. Apparently she even has colors and a motto. Believe it, achieve it, dream it. She's done all those things. A lot. Just earned that motto. I should get myself one of those chalk bags. You think it'll help me get somewhere in life? Personally, I'm not a fan of the preppy, happy-go-lucky, positive support. I prefer being belittled, make me feel like I suck, like I can't do anything. You think this channel was born out of positivity? It wasn't. I know I said I like the way Matt Foltz's wife showers him with support, but I don't. That makes me really uncomfortable. This is not a happy place. I'm here to spite some people who said this wouldn't work and rub success in their stupid, ugly faces, and I'm gonna get there if it kills me. Kyra Condi's old thing is way more my style. You suck, try harder. There's a sentiment I can get behind. I do suck. And if I don't want to suck, I gotta do better. Be better. It's the climbing equivalent of original sin, and I love it. But look, I'm just teasing, especially because everything I've seen about Janja makes me feel like she's actually a pretty cool person. And this is no different. You think I'm here to give her shit for selling out or plastering her name on a harness? I'm not. I expected all her stuff to be marked up like crazy, but when I went into her shop, oh yeah, there's a Janja Garnbret official shop now, who knew? But all her shit wasn't marked up to hell. This is a collab with Camp, who's apparently been sponsoring her since she was a kid. And look at that, her carabiners and the non-Janja equivalent are the same price. Her chalk bags are the same price. Hell, Camp even makes more expensive harnesses than hers. I don't know what happened or why this is, if it's Janja or Camp or a combination of both. But hey, this is, I mean, fair enough. I got nothing bad to say about this. Just don't make me have to, you know, give you shit for that stuff. I take no pleasure for calling people out on being money-hungry assholes. I totally do. But, you know, let's keep this sort of stuff going. Yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts on this stuff. Do you think buying products because they're the signature thing from your favorite athlete is stupid? Are you going to get any of her stuff? Do you already own any of it? Let me know in the comments below. But that was some climbing news. And again, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed these updates from the climbing world. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for you today. I will, of course, see you guys on Friday. I'm going to be doing Tuesdays and Fridays from now on with the occasional long-form deep dive into certain topics. A discussion about grades from the last video, which you can find right here. It's in the works as we speak. And yeah, thanks for watching. Go climb some stuff.